don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. And we sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman, because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
Oh, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a second here. We are a little discombobulated. One second here. I was this close to canceling tonight's show too. I apologize about canceling last night's show. I just had a really bad headache. I am better. Everything's going well today. We're doing good, thank God. Everything is a-okay. Trying to give me a second here. Let me get everything pushed in here that I need to get pushed in here. Push it in. Yeah, I don't need to do that. Not now. Okay, everything's looking good. Welcome. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Back to the new week. All right, we're here. Got some good cold water. That's always good. Good. Got to clean the glasses off. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. I had a busy. I wasn't too crazy busy, but I had a lot going on that I needed to get done, and got some of that done. Going on here? Yes, continue. Sorry. Sorry. So, the big thing is we got the gremlins worked out. That's the number one thing. So we won't be having any more of that chaos, God willing, that we were having last week. That was insane. Had a gentleman from the cable company come here, and he was here for like way too long. He was here way too long the other day, and it just about drove me crazy. But I think that we got it taken care of. And man, I really had something. I was hoping that I would have something cool for you all tonight. But, you know, when you're counting on somebody to do something and there's like horses I don't know what I was going to say, what analogy I was going to use there. There's like, I guess there's hoops. You've got to jump horses through. You got to get on the back of a horse and ride them through hoops of fire and jump them through. And you got to jump through this hoop and this hoop and this hoop. And they put you in a lot of crap you got to do, and you do it all. And you do it all ahead of time, and you do it perfectly, and everything's wonderful, and it's all on time or ahead of time. And then you think because you do that they're going to follow through on their end of the deal, but yet they just never, ever, ever do. And it's always maddening when that happens. And I'm counting on somebody who has always done right by me in the past. And what is this? They've always done right by me in the past, but yet now it seems like there's some issue. I don't know what's going on. So we're just kind of at their mercy. Let me see here. I don't know what to do then, man. If that's not the right thing, I don't know what to do. Never mind. Well, we don't have that, and it's not my fault. So we'll hopefully have that tomorrow. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's me and Kate tonight. Kate's here down at the Duck doing what she does wonderfully, as always. We're just kind of in a weird period of time right now, where there's not a whole there's a whole lot going on. There's a whole lot going on, but there's not much to really discuss about any of it. That's part of the reason I probably could have done the show last night, but if I would have done the show last night, there certainly wouldn't have been anything to talk about tonight. So we're waiting. We still are waiting on the Dustin Clark record releases. I think we're playing a little bit of cat and mouse from information that I'm getting from sources inside City Hall, is that he is absolutely aware that I am waiting on him to turn in the July invoices, and he is purposefully not turning in the July invoices because he doesn't want them to be turned over to me. So think about what that means. This dude is making so much bank in a con man type of a way. He's such a con man that he's making so much money that he literally doesn't have to turn in invoices to get paid money that he's currently owed, because he doesn't want those invoices to get into my hands. So he's literally making so much money that he's got it stacked up from the past. And he's like trying to like wait me out to see if I'm going to forget. I'm not going to forget. So Dustin, if you're out there, if you're watching, if your weirdo girlfriend is watching, just go ahead and turn your invoices in, bro, because I'm going to get them now. I'm going to get them later. It doesn't matter. That's the only thing I can say. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm going to get them. So I'm not going away. Delaware County Commissioners met. Randolph County Commissioners met. Winchester City Council met. I think the Alexandria blah blah met. Madison County Commissioners meet tomorrow. There's a big thing going on there. Lot of that's going on. Okay. I didn't see that. I don't know. Where was it at, Tweety Bird? Was it at the end, at the beginning, in the middle? Because I watched the commissioners meeting long enough to hear about the solar stuff. I've got to go back and watch the commissioners meeting later tonight to watch the whole thing. LaRue did state it here in the comments just a few minutes ago for those wanting to know. So where we are with the Delaware County solar ordinance. Really quickly, let me stop here first. Hold on. Let me stop first off and do this. Let me do this. First off, I will say this is the 508th episode. It's Monday, August 18th, 9:18 p.m. Eastern. If you're watching live, you are watching live. Thank you for being here. Welcome for giving us your welcome, and thank you for giving us a little bit of your time. Sorry, I'm very discombobulated. I hate when I'm waiting. I was running late because I was waiting on this cat to do something. It's not even about this show. It was a sneak peek I was going to do, and it pissed me off, and I'm completely out of whack now. So let me calm down and start over. Welcome. I'm glad you guys are here. Hit the like or don't hit the like. This is probably not going to be a show you're going to like. It's already not a show that I like. I'm already mad and all out of whack. So you don't have to hit the like. If you want to, if you want to be cool and do it, you can. You don't have to. It is what it is. The show tomorrow will be better. I will promise. We'll get back on a regular track. I've been burning the candle at both ends. So there's that. Okay. So tonight's show, the main part of tonight's show, we're going to focus on two things. We're going to focus on this absolutely ignorant push for redistricting the Indiana state districts, for the congressional districts, the congressional map, which is just totally stupid. And we're going to talk about the record request that I submitted to the Blackford County Sheriff's Department back in the beginning of July when the murder happened up there. So we finally have a response from them, and we're going to talk about that. Then we also have some odds and ends to talk about, and then we also have a couple of other things. So first and foremost, I'll start off by saying this. Do you remember the last show we did on Thursday, right at the beginning of the show when I kept saying, remember we did the moment of silence for Alva's sister, thoughts and prayers for his family and whatnot. And that's still out there because they're still dealing with that, obviously. And then I kept talking about there was a horrible situation that was going on, something that I was hearing, like as we were live, I was hearing more information about stuff going on in Selma. I started hearing about it almost instantly when they were out there at about 4:50, 5 o'clock when it was first being dispatched out, but it hadn't broke anywhere else. And that was just not news that I was going to break. That's not my deal. I'm not that morose. And of course, I'm talking about the just absolutely terrible, terrible tragedy of the 10-year-old child losing their life out in Selma. We're going to talk about that very, very loosely in just a few moments. And then we're also going to talk about a couple of other quick odds and ends, but then obviously the big news. See, I thought that I broke this on the show, but I guess I didn't. I guess I just posted it. It's been so long since we've been live. Louis Galligan is back. Did we talk about that on the show? We did not talk about that. That's wild. So Louis Galligan is back in the Randolph County Jail. We have his mugshot, his most recent mugshot. Yeah, Brandon Rudd says the thumbnail gave him a jump scare. Oh, I'm going to show him the picture of the female J.D. Prescott, too. Holy crap, we got that to show. So there are going to be some good things in this episode, so bear with us. Hey, Brando, I'm glad to see you here. Glad. Thanks for stopping in, bro. So, let me try to see about doing it this way. Stand by. Stand by. I'm getting in trouble. Hold on. I'm being accused of outing somebody even though I didn't out them. So I have to prove I didn't. Give me 1 second. Hold on. They are from me. That's one thing I take very serious. I don't ever burn anybody. I never have, and I didn't even there. Somebody sent me some pictures, and I cropped them, and I sent them out, and someone was like, someone thought that I burnt them, and I'm like, no, I didn't burn you. I would not burn you. All right. Anyways, okay. So I'm trying to think what we're going to talk about first. Let me go real quick here to this timestamp 3024, Tweety Bird. That's probably a good place to start. We'll just talk about this. We'll talk about this deal with the commissioners meeting. I have got to go watch the commissioners meeting. I watched basically none of the meeting. I watched literally just enough to see about the solar, because that was my main thing. And so I'm gonna go back tonight. I'm gonna go back tonight and watch the full meeting. Okay, here's the commissioners meeting, and you said it was at 3024. I don't know who resigned. Let's learn of this together. Yeah, that's what it's like, Admiral Eric. For all of you people that'll be listening to this on the podcast version, Admiral Eric says, one of the things I've always loved about this show is that it's real. It's like having you over and sitting at the kitchen table to talk about whatever's going on. And that is very true. I like that you like that. I would like, so that's what's interesting about this is, for the longest time, I did Perception is Reality, which was a recorded audio podcast. And it was like pristine. If there were any kind of stumble over words, I would go back and edit them out. This is like a taped radio program. It's like a radio show. You get in your car, you miss something, whatever it is, what it is, you don't get it, but you can always go back and watch it later. So there's the stumbles and it's real. So it is like that. But I also miss the more pristine thing as well. That's partly why I'm so excited about doing this other show that we're going to do. So that's going to be good. I want to show you this here. I'm going to show you here. Give me 1 second here. Cover it. Including, okay. Sorry, I had to get that taken care of because that was really starting to make me mad. All right, so we're gonna go on here together and see what this is.
There would also be a $40,000 grant and aid subsidy coming from the state once our county auditor certifies that this county engineer is indeed a degreed engineer, the candidate that we're going to extend the offer. Next, we have department heads and elected officials.
See what this is.
Go ahead, Pam.
Yep. Pam McCammon, HR Director. I'm going to read what I wrote. It came from the heart, but I have to read this. I don't want to forget what I wanted to say.
Uh-oh.
And I want to say, after 22 years of service with Delaware County, I respectfully submit my retirement as requested by the commissioners. While this is a difficult step to take, I want.
Oh, yes! Holy God, thank the Lord! Oh my, this is truly a good day. Alva, have a good vacation. You do your thing up there, and stop in when you're back or whatever. But don't worry about this nonsense. Go and have a good time, and we'll see you on the flip side when you get back. This is good news, ladies and gentlemen. This is good news. This lady has single-handedly been just an absolute just stumble in the way of progress happening in Delaware County for a long time. And this is one of the things I got to say. For all of the weirdness with Brand, this was solely Brand's doing. I guarantee you, Brand pushed and pushed and pushed. This lady was obnoxious. She's the HR director for the city, or for the Delaware County. Her name is Pam McCammon. And she was absolutely horrible. So, this is Pam McCammon, and this is good news. So let's listen to this, because I did not know this. This is big stuff. I did not know this, and I'm really happy to hear this, honestly. What is going on with this playing? Let's listen to this. We will hear in just 1 second. Let's listen to this, and I'll tell you why she's bad.
For the opportunities I have had throughout my career in county government. I would especially like to thank Jimmy St. Meyer and Jack Stonebreaker, which Jack is no longer with us, but which Jack is no longer with us. who first gave me the chance to work as a government worker. Their support opened the door to many rewarding career and allowed me to grow both personally and professionally. Over the years, I've had the privilege of working alongside many dedicated colleagues and meeting countless wonderful people. I am also grateful to have worked under the leadership of several commissioners whose guidance and vision made my service meaningful. I leave this position with the appreciation for the experiences I have gained and the relationships I have built. It has been an honor to serve Delaware County. And I will meet with the commissioners after this meeting, I hope, on my final day.
Thank you. We appreciate all of Pam's service to the county. She's been here a long time. Real quick, do we need to approve this appointment agreement? I think we do, yeah. Let's go back to that. real quick. You kind of briefly brought it up. But then,
So we have an employment agreement in front of us for the county engineer. And the salary for that county engineer would be $120,000, and the funds are pulled from multiple places. One place it's pulled from is the salary line, which was previously the project director administrator. I believe that salary line is $62,400. There would also be a $40,000 grant in aid subsidy coming from the state once our county auditor certifies that this county engineer is indeed a degreed engineer. The candidate that we're going to extend the offer to is a civil engineer. Then we would get a grant and aid subsidy reimbursement from the state of $40,000, and the balance would come from edit.
Yeah.
If you recall, in the
wild. So that's insane. So Pam McCammon was a political appointee, the HR director, very much like the city of Muncie or any other HR director in government, is appointed by the executives. So she is a commissioner appointee. She was a James King fanatic. She loved James King. She admired James King. Anything James King would do. Keep in mind, she's the one that after in this very room, I was attacked by Mike Jones during a live meeting in which her dumbass sat in the meeting and watched it and observed it. When I took my complaint to her and the police report to her and said, well, you observed this, and Mike Jones is a county employee, she did nothing about it. And the reason she did nothing, she didn't talk to him. He didn't get a talking to. He didn't get a verbal warning. He didn't get a write-up. He didn't get a suspension. He didn't get fired. Because she was afraid to do anything about James King. That's it. That's it. And the thing is, that was the first time. The second time that man put his hands on me while on the clock in a government building. Now, listen to me. I easily could have beat that old man's ass down. No problem. I've got 30 years on him. He's a 70-year-old man. The reason I didn't beat him down is because that's what they wanted. That was the whole point. That was the whole point of everything that he did, was to do this and then be like, oh, look, Bilbrey beat up an old man. And then to try to have me arrested and do some nonsense like that and me have to fight that rather than what was going on. That's the reason I went through it the way that I went through it. So after the second time that happened, she sat idly by like a complete joke, like a complete clown with her thumbs up her ass, doing nothing about it. The complaint, the police report. And the third time the fool did it, while again it was on video, the sheriff's department was involved, the door security were involved, the elected sheriff was involved, and she still acted like she had no clue how to take care of this man that was basically like lower than the janitor's janitor, and she couldn't give him a written or verbal warning. He should have been terminated. On day one, he should have been terminated. But definitely the second time and the third time. But that's not all, man. She ran every aspect of her job. Like, these commissioners have been asking her to get this like health plan fixed for like, I don't know, 7 or 8 months. And she wouldn't come, or she's sitting there. She would routinely, her and her entire office would close the office down and just go sit down in meetings and just play on their phones and do nothing. It was Ryan Webb who actually said, listen, people that don't need to be in this meeting, county employees that don't need to be here, need to get back to work. They're on the clock. Quit shutting offices down to come down here. Watch it on YouTube, and if we need you, we'll call you. We're in the same building. So I had heard from sources that this was one of Brand's goals, was to get rid of her because of what a piss poor employee she was. And so, listen, my hat's off to him. My hat's off to the rest of whoever was involved with this. Listen, my hat's off to Pam. Thank you for your service. Here's the door. Thank you for your years of service. You know, I'll help you carry your potted plants out. So, I don't know who they're going to put in her place. What are you saying down there? Something important. Yeah. So, wait a minute. How is it that she said it?
Read what I wrote. It came from the heart, but I have to read this. I don't want to forget what I wanted to say. And I want to say, after 22 years of service with Blackford County, I respectfully submit my retirement as requested by the commissioners. While this is a difficult step to take, I want to express my sincere gratitude.
She said retirement.
I have had throughout my career in county government. I would especially like to thank Jimmy St. Meyer and Jack Stonebreaker, which Jack is no longer with us.
Yeah.
Who first gave me the chance to work as a government worker. Their support opened the door to many rewarding career and allowed me to grow both personally and professionally. Over the years, I've had the privilege of working alongside many dedicated colleagues and meeting countless wonderful people. I am also grateful to have worked under the leadership of several commissioners whose guidance.
Yeah, this was like a forced retirement.
I leave this position with the appreciation for the experiences I have gained and the relationships I have built. It has been an honor to serve Delaware County. And I will meet with the commissioners after this meeting, I hope, on my final day.
Thank you.
Back to work till you leave. Get on out of the meeting.
Service to the county.
Get.
She's been here a long time.
All right, she's been here
Real
long.
Quick, do we need to approve this employment agreement? I think we do, yeah.
I tell you what, I'm starting to kind of like Shannon Henry a little bit.
An employment agreement. For the county.
He's such a cold bastard. All right. Yeah, she's been here a long time. Okay, well, do we need to talk about this other thing that's more important? Oh man, listen, that actually has changed my whole mood, Tweety Bird. I am so glad that you didn't know who that was and that you asked me, because if that would have been, I wouldn't have seen that until later tonight. And I would still be in the really bad mood that I was when the show started. And my mood has completely changed. So, Tweety Bird, thank you for changing that. That was amazing. Okay, before we get back to the real big topic at hand, because I wasn't even planning to really talk about this, but I guess it is important to know. Today, LaRue pointed it out and put it in the comments. Today, during this meeting, they did pull the solar moratorium off the shelf, off the table, I guess it is. It's not a country song. It wasn't put on the shelf. It's on the table. They did pull it off long enough to talk about what the plan is. And as I had said the other day, I did not think that they would have it ready in time for this meeting. I thought they would have it ready in time for the meeting, the first meeting in September. Yeah, that Tweety Bird, you should be. But they were thinking properly, and I do agree that the first meeting in September is wonky because of Labor Day. So because of Labor Day, they don't meet the first Monday of the month. They're actually meeting on the following the next Tuesday. And because that's weird, they just went ahead and they kicked it to the second meeting of the month of September. So on Monday, September 15th, this is big here, folks. On Monday, September 15th, the Delaware County Commissioners will get back the ordinance that the Planning Commission voted on and gave their approval in a vote 8-1. All right, out of a 9-person vote, 8 people voted in favor and 1 person voted no. And they will get that. They will make a reading, and then they will take a vote. And then that solar ordinance, ladies and gentlemen, will be the law of the land inside Delaware County as far as industrial solar goes. And in my opinion, that will be the death of industrial solar in Delaware County. So I'm happy about it. I don't know. I was just getting ready to talk about that. That's a very good question, Kate. I don't know if... I don't know. I truly don't know. I think technically they're in the middle of the 3. They only do 2 readings. They don't do 3. And I think they're in technically. I think the meeting, the reading on the 15th will be their second reading. They voted and they introduced it. They then sent it to the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission didn't make any major changes. They sent it back approving it. And I think that I think that on the 15th, it'll be the second final reading, if I'm correct. So that is, I will let you guys hear that just briefly here, so you guys will know, just so we can kind of get the full rundown, and then we'll get into the big news.
Fun. That last week and reviewed it on the Fair Board.
I do not, but Mr. Johnson has put online an application
Who's
for
that?
any of our boards. And we're looking for people who have maybe business experience and other board experience, but I do not have anything for the Fair Board.
All right, we'll go to the tabled business solar moratorium.
I'll make a motion, take it off the table.
Second.
roll call, please.
Commissioner Reagan,
Yes.
Commissioner Brand,
Yes.
Commissioner Henry.
Yes.
So the planning commission met last week and reviewed a number of corrections. A lot of it was syntax, punctuation, spelling, some grammar, missing words, things like that. At the end of the night, the amendments were recommended to come back to the commissioners. I believe it was 8-1 was the final vote. I know the planning commission and legal are working on updating that. I don't know if it'll be ready for our September 2nd meeting or not, but that's.
I would like to make a recommendation that, obviously the second's on a Tuesday. It's not a regular, I mean, it is a regular commissioner meeting, but it has to be moved due to the holiday. Let's hear, do you feel like all the solar information be ready by the 15th? Danielle, you think that'd give you enough time as well to look at it? So I would like, just for public knowledge, to set that date, September 15th, to hear that solar ordinance amendment. Are you guys okay with that?
I am.
Yes.
Make a motion to put it back on the table.
Second.
We have a motion to put that back on the table in a second. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Reagan,
Yes.
Commissioner Brand,
Yes.
Commissioner Henry.
Yes. We have.
All right.
Master agreement. We do.
So there's that. They put it back on the table. You heard it all there. All's well. Everything's great. Kick ass. Yeah, it's real strange. You know, all of a sudden he's okay with some transparency shit. You know, a couple years ago, he's not okay with transparency shit, his words or something like that. And now he's, you know, he's growing on me in his waning hours on the commission. So I don't know. I'm sure they did. We'll get to that another time. I'm sure they did. I'll go through and listen to it. I'm sure they got up there and had a heyday about it. I'm sure. Joe Russell, man, what happened to Joe Russell? He used to be like a great orator and could like talk and speak. And I listened to him the other night at that meeting, and he just, I thought he like hit his head before he came in or something. I don't know what was going on. This is him. I don't know. Does he sound the same way here at this thing? Because he's reading from something yet again. I don't know if he sounds the same here or not.
Russell, 3501 East 700 North Eaton, Indiana. Just to recap on the August 12th Planning Commission meeting. Remember the childhood game hot potato, throw back and forth? That's the way it seemed. It seems like the Planning Commission received a package that they really didn't have any buy-in, top down maybe. They seemed a bit disinterested because the follow-up discussion didn't address, and they heard it time and time again, the Marta Moody original ordinance, property value guarantee. I was told there was no discussion of that, and
no, because everything we've already had it. We've been having this argument 5 years, bro. Everybody knows about it. Like, great, Marta Moody was wonderful and everything was great, but dude, you guys are really putting her up here on a pedestal. Like, come on with it already. Listen, this is what happens. Sometimes my side loses, and now this time your side loses. It's just what goes on, bro. When my side loses, I'm upset and I talk about it. I guess that's what they're doing, but
brief on the 500-foot setback. Three key items. They made a lot of little corrections. They voted 8-1, and then we left. So,
well, yeah, dude, you used to be in government. That's what you do. What do you mean? They voted on some little items and then we left. Well, he wanted to sit around and camp out. And
a couple weeks ago, I was contacted by 2 more solar companies.
It was
out of the blue.
It was a 4-hour meeting. How much more time did you want to give it?
I played dumb, like I was interested. And then after a little while, I said, hey, I'm gonna tell you what's going on in Delaware County. I explained the setbacks, the property value guarantee. I told them to pass that on to their supervisor and to get back with me. In both cases, they called me back pretty quickly and said that Delaware County is not a place that they can do business. So
Woo! That sounds like good. That's lovely. So what I'm saying is exactly right. This ordinance is the end of industrial solar in Delaware County. He's telling it. The man is telling it to you from his own mouth. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. He wanted this to be voted on and voted on and voted on and voted on and voted on until the right answer comes out, which is the answer that they want, that he wants, that somebody out there wants. That is very much like the Winchester thing. I've honestly, Catherine talks about corruption and Madison County being like way hot plate corruption. They just do it the first time. I'll tell you what corruption is. Corruption is whatever the hell goes on in Winchester and Randolph County, where they literally vote to turn left instead of turning right, and somebody gets their ass all bent out of shape, and they go back the very next time and they're like, no, we need to vote on this again. And they vote still to turn left instead of right. And they're like, no, you're not doing it right. And they vote to go left instead of right. And finally, on the 5th or 6th time, they finally say, okay, we get it already. Enough. Vote will go right instead of left. That is absolute corruption. That is crazy, because they're calling these people like when they're out of the, privately, and they're like threatening them, and they're saying like, yeah, you're not going to get no more money. You're not going to get any cool, nice jobs. You're not going to get the best seat for the summer concert series and things like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Marta's first ordinance was made with Invenergies. That's when, then we had the second ordinance with the 9 special council. It was changed to 34,000 acres, and it was changed again. Yeah.
So there's a big black X on their map for Delaware County. But I feel sorry for the leaseholders that signed up the original document under the Marta Moody plan. The reason they did that, I mean, they had choices between to do it or not do it, and they decided that was best for their family, their children, their grandchildren. And they want to continue the family farm for a couple more generations, and that may not happen. The solar offers 3 to 4 times the money that they would get by.
Okay, I'm done hearing this. We've heard all this before. It is what it is. I'll watch the rest of this. I'll watch the meeting from start to finish and find out if there is anything that we have, and we'll see. Can you comment about? Yeah, pretty basically. Yeah, there have been several different and here's the thing. Over the length of time that there is this long of a discussion of something, you will have those different variations, and it'll change and meander. And keep in mind that we've had this. We've had this over an election as well. It's not like this has all been discussed with all of the same elected officials, the commissioners and the council. We've had new councilors that's been elected. We've had new commissioner that's been elected. So things have changed. People have changed. Yes, Paleo. 3 to 4 times the money, that's called a bribe. Yes, sir. Absolutely. 1000%. So I know it sucks for him. I know it sucks for his side. Listen, I can tell you, as somebody that wants transparency in government, as somebody that considers myself to be constitutionally minded, conservative, libertarian, I am oftentimes on the losing side of everything that happens in government, be it local government, state government, federal government. I am oftentimes on the losing side. It just so happens this time, in this case, they are on the losing side and I am on the winning side. It happens, but it only happens periodically. So I am happy to say, and you're hearing it here, industrial solar is dead in Delaware County. We have killed industrial solar in Delaware County, and I, for one, am happy about it. I don't know if you've heard that. I don't know if you've heard that or not, Paleo GOP. We have officially more or less done away with industrial solar in Delaware County, so I'm very happy. Liberal capitalism has made us unable to recognize when we are being bought off by the enemy. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, very true. The federal subsidies are going away. Solar, wind are sinking, a sinking ship. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm happy about that. It is what it is, and we are where we are on that. So I will listen to the rest of that commissioners meeting and decide if there's anything that we need to talk about. You can go listen to it on the Delaware County government YouTube page. It is there, and so that's that. The point was to go back to Marlowe's original, which is guided by Invenergy, which was very one-sided. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. LaRue, it was very one-sided, obviously. That's why it was very bad. It was not good for Delaware County. It was all set for Invenergy, and it wasn't good for the county. It was very one-sided. So yeah, that's that. Okay. So, moving on, really quickly before we get into the other big topic, there's people that's asked and for me to cover it and talk about it on the program. This is not specifically something that I would generally cover. It's not something that, it's, like I said, I am not a news person. I don't consider myself a journalist. Media, yes. Political commentary, yes. But I don't report every time there's been an accident down on Main Street. I'm not looking to tell you every time John Doe's getting arrested for possession of narcotics or whatever. That's not my bag here. But a lot of people were talking about the situation that occurred in Selma the other evening, and so I will just talk to you very limited kind of discussion on what's happening there, and we will then move on. So last Thursday, a very sad situation happened in Selma, Indiana, which is the southeast corner of Delaware County. State police are working the investigation. They have confirmed that a 10-year-old girl was found dead inside of a vehicle Thursday in Selma. And the girl was listen, I don't know if it was daughter or stepdaughter, so I'm going to say either it was the child, it was either daughter or stepdaughter. I don't know. Maybe this will come out. I'm sure it will come out. There's going to have to be information that comes out about this because there are questions. So a daughter was found, and it was the daughter and or stepdaughter of a Delaware County Sheriff's deputy. And from what I've heard, I believe that it was actually a county vehicle in which that she was in. I don't know if that's 100% true or not, and I don't know that it specifically matters, but that's just what I had heard. Indiana State Police is currently investigating a death of the 10-year-old daughter of a Delaware County Sheriff's deputy. The girl was found around 4:45 p.m. Thursday, August 14th, in the 10,000 block of East Jackson Street in Selma, which is approximately 7 miles east of Muncie. Delaware County Sheriff's Department confirmed they were conducting a death investigation, which later was turned over to the state police. Delaware County Coroner Gavin Green confirmed to 13 News that the girl who was found dead was the daughter of Delaware County Sheriff's deputy. Early Friday morning, August 15th, an ISP spokesperson confirmed the 10-year-old girl who has a documented lifelong medical condition was found dead. An autopsy will determine the official cause and manner of the child's death, but state police says it does not appear to be suspicious at this time. Delaware County Prosecutor's Office will review the case once the investigation is complete, police said. In addition to state police, the Sheriff's Department, officers from Selma, Albany, Gaston Police Departments responded to the scene, along with first responders with the Delaware County EMS and the Liberty Township Fire Department. So that's basically all that we know. I do know that there have been a lot of rumors and a lot of things being said, and a lot of people like. So here's the deal. Suspicious and neglectful are definitely two different things. That's important to understand, and that is very true. You know, there are situations in which the absolute, just totally crazy, out of this world, unimaginable things can happen, and there can be a series of seriously unfortunate incidents that can lead to terrible accidents occurring. There are also situations which arise which call for questions to be asked, and maybe people to face tougher scrutiny. I am not in a position to make this call, and before anybody says anything whatsoever, it has zero to do with him being a sheriff's deputy, in my opinion. We have to wait and get more information. This is what's so wrong in today's world with literally everything. People want to jump and do the armchair quarterbacking and immediately be like, well, this and this and this and this and this. And oftentimes a bunch of craziness is said, and then by the time the information truly comes out, nobody even listens to it, and people have just assumed that, well, the stuff that I heard on the online forum in the comment section, that was true, being said by a bunch of people that weren't at the scene, that have no understanding of what's going on, and may never even read the follow-up. So what I would say here is, number one, wait and see what the information is. We don't know. For anybody that wants to say, well, X, Y, or Z needs to be done, the very first thing I want to say is, in order for X, Y, and Z to be done, you must have further information than what I have. Rachel says they arrest a woman of neglect of her 3-year-old found outside the home with no harm, but no arrest here. I get there needs to be an investigation for both before an arrest made. Yeah, but that's weird. I got to call you on that, because you've been in EMS. So you know that you're not looking at this, because I can make a case for both of those, and I can flip them, right? So, for example, there's a 3-year-old girl walking outside at 2:00 in the morning. I don't know anything about that case. I haven't read that case. You and I have talked about it, but I know very little about it. But just preliminarily on what I'm assuming, because I don't know anything about that case, you find the little girl, you go to the parents' house, you knock on the door, and you wake the parents up. If the parents wake up and they're like, "Oh my God, my little girl was out there," I have no idea this. I have no clue. I didn't know she was out. We were all asleep. We put her down. Maybe that mother doesn't get arrested. If you go to that mother's house and the door's open and music's blaring and the mom's passed out, doped out of her mind, and I'm not saying that's the case. I don't know. I don't know either one of these things. I'm just saying there are situations in which it would make sense to arrest the mother of that 3-year-old child straight away. If you go there and you can tell that there are clear signs of intoxication, or you can tell that there are, things are going on, you would make an arrest. If you go there and it's just like, my brother got out of the house. My brother that's closer to my age, though, Andrew, who's in the military, when we were very, 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 very young, he had gotten out of the house one time and was quickly found. And then short time after that, not very long after that, he had actually crawled back behind my parents' bed, and they thought that he was out of the house, and people were out searching for him everywhere. No one could find him. No one even thought to look back there, and they found him. And so, like there's just different situations that would be like when people came to the house to look for him, it wasn't like my parents were like all, geeked out of their mind. I agree that they deserve a complete investigation needs to be done before any arrest. I agree about the mom they arrested. I have said that they got that home and could have found drugs. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things could happen there. And I don't know anything that's going on in that case. But I also don't know anything that's going on in the other case. And I think that there's a lot of people. But yes, there's. Yeah, and that's the thing, because I mean the first thing that's said is like 10-year-old kid. A 10-year-old kid, like, how does a 10-year-old kid not get out of the car? So there's a lot of questions. What kind of lifelong issues did this person have? Were they paraplegic, or were they, not non-mobile, or, there's lots of questions that people just don't know. I'm sure that people know. And the other issue is people immediately see, oh, this person's a sheriff's deputy. Listen, contrary to people's belief, and what we want people in policing to know is, dude, it's just a job. The public needs to realize that too. It's just a job. It doesn't make you Superman. It doesn't make you it doesn't make you much more intelligent than the average bear. It doesn't make you more prone or non-prone to incidents or accidents or dumb shit happening. So I think a lot of people jump to, oh, it was a cop. Okay, we got to get him. We got to get him. He did something wrong. And take that out. Take that out. It was a parent and a situation. We got to do the investigation. And if it turns out that something wrong was going on, okay, then we pull back in the fact that he was the cop, and then we can launch the attacks and throw the books at him. But I don't just think that we say immediately, oh, something bad happened, it was a cop, let's get him. I think we have to say what happened, and then we add in, okay, something bad happened, it was a cop, now it's time. But we're not there yet. We still don't know what's going on. I've heard all kinds of rumors. I've got people that's telling me that things aren't matching up, that this and that's going on, and I'm like, look, until when I need to see it. I need someone to show it to me. Show it to me, or else I just can't make that determination. So that's where we are. My heart breaks for the little girl, her family, her mom and dad, grandparents, siblings, everybody else involved, school age friends. I mean, this is definitely a very, very, very bad situation. So I'm sure there will be information that will come out and we can further discuss it then. So that's where we are. Okay. That then moves us on to the redistricting nonsense. This is still a thing. So now they're claiming that all of the Indiana Republican General Assembly members, the state senators, the state Republicans, the state Republicans, the state senators, the state representatives are all going to be called to the House, the White House, the House of the President, the White House. And they're going to be, I'm sure, given gift bags, and they're going to have all these neat little opportunities. I just can't wait to see a picture of J.D. Prescott. So many of these idiots with Donald Trump. I just cannot wait to see this. It's going to be magnificent. Indiana's D.C. delegation pushes redistricting as state lawmakers meet behind closed doors. One by one, Indiana's Republican U.S. representatives are coming out in support of redistricting Indiana weeks after Vice President J.D. Vance's visit to Indianapolis. The pressure campaign on X has mounted. At the same time, we've got Charlie Kirk saying that he's going to primary. He's going to throw candidates and money behind any Republican that doesn't support this, which is like, maybe. Wait a minute. Hold on. I need to know. So Paleo GOP, are you in favor of the redistricting or are you against it? I think you're going to, I'm afraid of where you're going to come out on this. Are you in favor of redistricting? Or are you against the redistricting? I just can't see doing it midterm. I just can't see it. I cannot see it because I'm not a big fan of mail-in voter. I'm okay with getting rid of mail-in voting. Yeah, but what happens when the pendulum swings the other way and then the numbers work in favor of the Democrats? This is the whole thing here is this is the whole thing of I saw it when when it's the last year of the presidency and Supreme Court judge dies and they're like, all right, well, quick, we want to get one in. And the other side's like, no, shame on you. You need to wait until the new president. And then immediately the next time it happens, and then the roles just switch. I just hate that. I hate that. It's the bottom line is it's That's absolutely right. Because listen, I have this saying that the law is the floor, not the ceiling. It's a starting place. It's not the ending up. It's the bare minimum, right? So the law is where you start. It's just the bare minimum. I kind of would like my elected officials to do more than just good enough. I would like them to do what's absolutely right, right? And so I don't like this idea, because here's the thing. What's going to happen is here's what I would like to do. I would like to just burn it all down, I guess. That's kind of to the point that I am at. I'm not even at a point where I'm seeing much of a difference. Like, because listen, let me tell you something. Everybody in state government, there's like 3 people in state government that I'm happy with. The rest of them are all mindless idiots. Just waiting to get their marching orders from the HRCC. That's all that matters. Yo, could I get my money, master? What did you say, Daddy Houston? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Charlie Kirk's in it. So it won't be long until where has Beckwith came out for this? Where's Paleo GOP? Where's Beckwith in this? What's Beckwith said about this? Is he yeah, Paleo, that's about right. I don't know if what he said on this. I don't know that I think he's, let's see here. I've honestly let's see here. Yeah. Maryville, Indiana. Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith backed the White House push for Indiana to redraw its congressional districts ahead of next year's midterm elections, telling attendees at a town hall Tuesday night that Republicans who control the state government should fight fire with fire. He just doesn't want to make Charlie Kirk mad because he's looking for that all-important Charlie Kirk internship position when he gets out of the lieutenant governor's office. I don't know. It's a shit show, man. It's a shit show. Governor Mike Braun, who has the power to call a special session to redistrict, told reporters on August 18th he's still undecided and leaning on the will of the legislature, which have been pretty much all saying they're not interested. I'm not going to call them unless they're going to be a general agreement that we need to. Nor did he say House Republican caucus, nor did the House Republican caucus make any decisions at their 2-hour meeting held at a private office building on the north side of the city. We're still talking, House Speaker Todd Houston told the Indiana Capitol Chronicle. An hour before the House caucus, U.S. Representative Marlin Stutzman of the 3rd District was the first to post on X, "It's time to redraw Indiana's congressional map. It's time. It's time." The rest of his Republican colleagues in the Indiana delegation followed suit over the next few hours, some posting on campaign accounts, some on their official ones. U.S. Representatives Victoria Sparks of the 5th District, Rudy Yocum of the 2nd, Mark Mesmer of the 8th, and Aaron Houchin of the 9th, Jim Baird of the 4th, Jefferson Shreve of the 6th. All of them. Oh, God. How many more worthless Republicans do we need? I want to see. Here's what I want them to do. Here's what I want. I want to see them draw a map in which they can beat Andre Carson. I don't know that it's possible. I don't think it's possible. Have you all saw the map of Illinois? How insane Illinois' map is? This is what they would have to do. Look at this. If you have not seen this. Look at this. This is totally insane. All right, here we're going to put it up here, let you guys see it. Look at this. So this is this is what we need in Indiana. Jesus, look at this. Look at that. Look at the yellow district there. Literally cutting up the purple district straight in the middle. Mind-boggling, man. Mind-boggling. Send it to me. Send it to me, and I'll always deny that you did. Let me see here. I don't know if I'm sure you know how to get a hold of me. Send it there. Maybe you're doing it. I'm getting messages right now. Are you sending it to me as we speak? I mean, no, you're not sending it to me as we speak. Maybe somebody is, but you're certainly not. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's see what we've got going on here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa, 6, 7, 8. Man, I say it sets a dangerous precedent. Precedents anytime districts don't favor the in my opinion, my whole thing is like, there's bigger and better things they could be doing currently. That, if they were doing them, would probably put them in positions to gain more votes. If they would quit doing all this weird, crazy shit, pissing everybody off, and doing some actual work, they would have a better shot. Hello, William. Well, time will tell. Time will tell. I've said from the start that this is going to happen quick. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen quick. If they do it, Braun's going to call a special session. It's going to happen quick. If it doesn't happen quick, it won't happen. So the more delay that there is, the less of a chance this happens. And if he calls them into special session soon, then obviously it's going to happen. So that'll be interesting to see what goes on there. Yeah, I got it. I didn't know if you want me to put this up or not put this up. I didn't want to burn you. Are you okay with me putting this up on the screen? Is that something you want me to do? Where did you send that to me at? Okay. Oh. Okay. Well, that's easy. All right. Well, I'll just put it up there. That's okay. I'll do it like that. I just don't ever burn anybody. I don't do that unless I get it myself. I like to ask. I hate people who do underscore. I don't like people who do underscore stuff. I don't ever really know what the underscore thing is. Okay. So, improved. Let's see here. Critics keep telling me that without Trump on the ballot, the GOP won't be able to sustain its margins in Indiana's congressional races if a 9R0D map were implemented. But this map showing the 2022 midterm congressional performance directly counters that narrative. Trump wasn't on the ballot, and the Republicans still dominated. All three Indianapolis area seats were Republican plus 18 or more, and Indiana 1 would have flipped Republican easily. There's no reason to believe this map wouldn't hold in 2026, even in a bluer environment. And we'll put this up here. This is show you this. here we go. There's this, and then here's the map per the 2022 midterms. Take a look at this, Kate. I'll send this to you here in a second so you can see it in bigger shit. So this is the 2022 map. I guess how they would. Okay, and then here's the 2024 map. (2024) 13.7. There's the 2024 map. Man, I don't know. Real wild shit. Improved Indiana 9 Republican 0 Dem map. All nine GOP leaning districts voted for Trump by 13.7%. GOP pickup of 2 seats. I received a ton of feedback regarding my last Indiana map and made several revisions accordingly. Indiana 1, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are all more Republican leaning in this updated version. All 3 Indianapolis-based seats are now Republican plus 17.3% or better. Wild. This is going to be a wild time. It's going to happen quick. If this happens, it's going to happen quick. So we'll have to see. We'll see what goes on there. I think it's going to be... I like that. Joe Tompkins. Good Lord. Okay. Well, oops, we got Big Head here. So that's that. Hey, it's a work of art. Jesus. Well, time will tell. Hey, the last thing I'm going to say here tonight, I'm sorry, this was a very discombobulated show. Sorry with the weird start and everything, but it was what it was. We'll be a little bit smoother tomorrow. We'll get back into the swing of things. But let me look at this thing one more time here before I get, and this is going to make me all mad again. It shouldn't. Let me refresh it. Refresh it. Refresh it. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah, I still don't have it. So I just want to let you guys know we are a little bit closer to information about the new show. We have an air date for the new show. The new show will air. It will drop, rather, because it's not going to be live, on Saturday, September 27th. Saturday, September 27th. Still not giving out much information about it, but marking today off the little countdown map. That means we've got 39 days until the new show. Probably when we're about a month away, I'll start doing a push, having you guys go to the new YouTube page. We got a whole brand new YouTube page. We're starting all over from scratch on this. So this is going to be a pain in the ass, and I'm going to need y'all's all help. Everybody said it's better to have 2 or 3 YouTube pages in case something ever happens. It will be under the whole new show name and everything. It will not be tied to this show. we will reference both shows back and forth from time to time, and I'm going to consider like this the primary show, the primary channel. The other one will be the second channel. I've already got a second channel, actually. It'll be like the third channel, but I'm not really doing anything with the second channel. Second channel is just, I needed it just for the YouTube, the YouTube sponsor, the guy or whatever, the agent from YouTube. So, but it'll be the second show. But it will not have anything to do with this. It will be a static show. It will drop on Saturdays. And we might do like a live show every now and then, but it'll primarily only be static. It'll be edited stuff. It will be more put together than this. Can't wait for you guys to get an understanding of who the co-host is. Some of you are going to be excited. Some of you are going to be like, what the hell? Some of you are going to be mad. It's going to be great. They are going to be static videos. So what that means for you guys is they're like regular YouTube videos, like regular YouTube content creators who I'm a weird YouTuber. I don't hardly do anything like any kind of static video I drop is a video based off of something I pull out of a live. The co-host is not Kate. Kate will still help and be a part of it, but it's not Kate and it's not Catherine. It is a female. Some of you will know her. Some of you won't. Some of you will be like, what the hell? It's going to piss some people off. I can guarantee you some people are going to be pissed. Not viewers, but there are going to be people that are going to be pissy about it. So it's going to be fun. And it's not going to be political. Exactly. Yeah, hell yeah, you can guess. You're allowed to guess, say whatever you want. The person who gets it right, I'll say that you're smart. No, it's a woman. It's definitely going to be a woman. Tweety Bird's right. It could still be Ryan Webb, so I guess you are right. But no, Ryan Webb, alas, Ryan Webb will not be the host for this show. Oh, two things before we go. I'll let you hear this. There's two things. Neither one of those people, okay, Mama, good guess, but neither one of those people. Not a Winchester Randolph County person. I want you to hear this. I've got two things I want to let you hear. Number one, I want you to hear something that's happening, and it won't be Sarah Beach. That's a really good guess. Uh-oh, hold on here. Okay, I want you guys to hear this. How do you know that, Tweety Bird? Is that are you being serious? Or are you guessing? Let me see here. Where are you at? Okay, right here. Okay, now I got to try to do this. Send via messenger. Kristopher H. Bilbrey. Okay, I want you guys to listen to this. This is reference the I got two things I got to tell you. This is very important. Okay, here we go. I want to put this up real quick. This is about the redistricting. Want you guys to hear this. A couple of you viewers have sent me these.
America. Our state legislators must take immediate action to fight back against the radical left by supporting redistricting in Indiana. Tell Representative J.D. Prescott to stand up for the Trump agenda and the conservative majority in Congress today. Support redistricting in Indiana now. Please write your legislator at h33@iga.in.gov today and tell them to support redistricting in Indiana. Again, their email is h33@iga.in.gov.
So they're making the phone calls, making the rounds. It is not CH. Who would CH be? I don't know who CH would be. Not a CH name. Nope, you're wrong there, Tweety Bird. Okay, so that was they're making those robocalls and just dropping in the district's representatives. So let me know if you get those. I'm curious how many people are getting them and how frequently. I've got a couple callers that have each had them like 3 or 4 times. One of the listeners, a couple listeners that have got calls 3 or 4 times. One of the listeners keeps blocking the number, and they just keep calling from a different number, which is bullcrap. No, it's not Rebecca. That would be wild. I'll have to have her on as a guest sometime, but it's not Rebecca. Okay. So I shared an article the other day, the article about the Du Bois County sheriff who was getting in trouble. And then because Braun got elected, like all of a sudden he wasn't in trouble. And the special prosecutor in that case looks like this. And I want to know if you guys know, like, do you know who this looks like? If any of you can tell who this looks like. Who does this look like? I'm going to do something else here to make it more viewable, to make it better. Who does this look like? It is truly terrifying. It is truly terrifying. It does! Yeah, they got it right! They got it right! Look at this up close and personal, which is scary. I'm going to put it really up here so you can see it. Look at this. This is JD in a wig. This is JD as a woman. I'm telling you, holy crap. This is his long-lost sister. This is who he should have married. This is his mom. It's his dad. This is nuts. I want to go see this person in real life. That is JD, man. JD, that is so wild. Hold on. Let's see what we got here. Hold on. Give me a second. We want to put these people up together. It's like JD's suit. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. Look here. Oh, it's absolutely terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. And I gotta give it to old Brando for picking that out, finding it for us. All right. Here's JD. Here's JD in a wig. Here's JD. Here's JD in a wig, dude. So pictured here is State Representative of District 33, J.D. Prescott. And pictured here is District 33 State Representative J.D. Prescott in a wig, acting like the special prosecutor, who is the Orange County prosecutor. You just you deserve soap in your mouth and your eyes, Paleo GOP. You deserve soap in your mouth and your eyes for that. So listen, this is the Orange County prosecutor, Holly Huddleston, the one that screwed up the investigation into the Du Bois County sheriff. So, woo! Yeah, that crooked tie, dude. What? Like, look at this. Bam, 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 bam. Listen. I've made pictures look like that before. I've put JD in hair like that. Exactly. I've made that picture, but I swear that is a real life picture. If you go to the Indiana Capitol Chronicle and you look up their article about the Du Bois County Sheriff, Kate had to ask AI if it was AI or ask if it was AI or Photoshop. She asked Brandon, dude, what in the hell? Okay, the last thing I got to say in seriousness. Uh-oh, I just got another picture. Hold on here. Oh, yes, it is. It is that. Look. Yeah, that's right. It's from this. That's hilarious. It does. That one does look a lot like it. God. Oh my God. Brandon does have a keen eye for JD. He can see JD everywhere. Oh my God. Okay. Hey, I'll talk about this. Yeah, I did. I'll send you the article. It's very politically corrupted. Essentially what happened was prior to the election, prior to the governor's election, she was all on board with prosecuting the sheriff, who is good friends with Braun. She was all on board. She met with the detective several times from ISB, and they were all on the same page. It was a done deal. The election happens, and then all of a sudden she starts ghosting the detective, starts ghosting him. And then all of a sudden the detective who was working the case gets a call from another detective who tells him, hey, give the sheriffs all the information you've seized, all the evidence you've seized from the sheriff, give it back to him, give him back his phone. The case is over. And that he had sat down with the prosecutor and the sheriff and helped him draw up his statement saying that he wasn't being charged. It was a big deal. I'll send you the big article. We talked about it a couple episodes back, and I'll send you the article. It's a crazy deal. It's definitely not a good deal. So just quickly, because I did say I would talk about it, we'll talk about it more tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a regular show, I promise. I got back my record request response from Blackford County Sheriff, reference the murder up there, and he basically did what I thought that he would do. He had basically said that, which it's not illegal what he's doing. It's perfectly legal what he's doing, what he's saying, and it's not really him. It's honestly it's the prosecutor up there, because he leaned on the prosecutor. He went to the prosecutor and asked the prosecutor for her opinion. And after he did that, because he was real responsive to me. Wait a second here, I'm getting this. He had been like really responsive after we worked out the communication bug. He had been really responsive. And then he was like, "Hey, I'm trying to get this information. I'll get it to you. I'll get it to you. I'll get it to you. Yada yada yada." And so this is what he sent to me. Mr. Bilbrey, after consultation with the Blackford County Prosecutor's Office, it has been determined that no records responsive to your request will be released at this time. The matter is part of an active and ongoing criminal investigation, and the release of such material could compromise the investigative efforts, jeopardize the privacy of the victims or witnesses, and create a potential public safety risk. Pursuant to Indiana Code 514.3.4b1, investigatory records of law enforcement agencies are accepted from the disclosure of the discretion at the discretion of the agency. This exemption applies to records compiled in the course of an investigation of a crime. The records you have requested fall within the statutory exception and are therefore being withheld. The determination is made in accordance with the Access to Public Records Act and is based on the current status of the investigation. Should circumstances change, the request may be reevaluated. I then wrote back an email that said, "So you and or the prosecutor are saying to release the number of calls to the address in question from January 1, 2025 through the night of the murder would somehow hamper the ongoing investigation?" I then sent an email back that said, "Okay, let's try this. I'm requesting all probable cause affidavits for everyone that's been arrested in connection with this case." And at that time, wait a minute. When was this signed? Oh, get this nonsense. This will be the focus of tomorrow's show. This is a big deal. I got to reach out and talk to a couple of my prosecutor friends. They have put in place a gag order on this case. This is the run-of-the-mill murder. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, up there in Blackford County, something is going on with this. Listen to this. I issued a record request back in July, and nothing happened with it. I then start poking and being like, "Yo, what's going on with this shit?" He tells me last week he's going to go to the prosecutor with it and find out. And then on the 12th day of August, which was last week, this happens. State of Indiana versus Deontay Gabbard. Order granting state's motion prohibiting the parties, counsel, law enforcement officials, court personnel, coroner, and family members from disseminating information or releasing any extrajudicial statements by means of public communication. Yes, Tweety Bird, this is the party. Comes now the state of Indiana by its prosecuting attorney, Jolie A. Freiberger, and having filed its motion prohibiting the parties, counsel, law enforcement officials, court personnel, coroner, family members from disseminating information or releasing any extrajudicial statements by means of public communication, which motion is on file with this court and has been made as a part of this court's record. And the court, having reviewed said motion and being duly advised in the premise, now find the state's motion should be granted. It is therefore ordered, judge, and decreed that all parties, counsel, law enforcement officials, court personnel, coroner, and family members shall be prohibited from disseminating any information related to this case and shall be prohibited from making any extrajudicial statements by means of public communication, including but not limited to social media post statements, written or oral, and any news media outlets. And it was signed by Judge Brian Body, Blackford Circuit Court, on the 12th day of August, 2025. This is absolute bullshit. So, this will be the focus of tomorrow's show. I'm going to do some digging into this tonight and tomorrow. Tune in. I got to notify the people of Blackford County that they might want to tune in for tomorrow's show. We're going to have a big one. Private conversations seem to be allowed. How nice of the judge. This is complete bullshit. This is not a case in which that. Let me tell you a case in which you put a gag order in effect. The Delphi murder. The Delphi murder would be an example of it had a gag order. There was a gag order in that case. I can tell you in all of the criminal prosecutions that I've been a part of or been involved in, there was almost, I can't think of a time there's been a gag order. I need to talk to some of my attorney friends, on both sides of the bench, and find out what their opinions is on this. Yes, he was. And listen, I don't have a problem with the judge. I don't have a problem with the judge in this case. I have a problem with the prosecutor. I am stating, and I'll go on record of saying this, the reason I started looking into this is because I believe that there's something going on here. I've said this from day one. I believe there is something going on here with the prosecutor's office in connection with this case, in connection with the party, in connection with people that were at the party. There's something going on here. So we'll be talking about this tomorrow. This will be part of the show. It'll be a big deal. I just read that live. Like, I just got this on the show with you, so I'm fired up. I'm going to be working on all this all night. We'll work on this tomorrow, and we'll have a show about this tomorrow. Absolute bullshit. Tune in. We'll discuss it. You guys have a great evening. Give me a thumbs up if you would. It turned into a show that you can like if you would like. So give us a like if you like. You don't have to if you don't want to. Subscribe to the show if you haven't already. It's free. And we'll see you back here tomorrow evening, God willing. God bless each and every one of you. Have a great day, and goodbye.